So people are now these people are now upset over the Nintendo Direct. Okay, I don't care what people say. The Nintendo Direct was amazing. It was amazing. Okay, it was probably one of the best directs I've ever seen put out by Nintendo. And I've seen almost every Nintendo Direct since like 2019, I think. I think since 2020. Okay, it's kind of like this huge event. It's kind of like, E3 was. Okay, E3 was this huge event. Nintendo Direct was a flop, and the Switch 2 is, well, the Switch 2 is, you know, of course, do way worse than the Switch 1. Nintendo doesn't get their act together, obviously, as well, But, of course, the first fucking thing they say is fucking graphics. Graphics don't matter. If you really want graphics so badly, buy a fucking PS5 Pro or a supercomputer. Okay? I wish these graphics people would just shut up. Nintendo games don't need to look like that next Call of Duty game. Okay? It's just an overpriced Switch Pro. The Switch Pro doesn't exist. So, the Switch Pro doesn't even exist. You're talking about a console that doesn't even exist. Okay? They're still casting out on the fact that they own old games, like the GameCube games, and charging people money to play them games that are only 20 years old. You guys are completely silent on Sony charging $30 for The Last of Us Part 1. Where it's exactly it's literally the same fucking game with slightly better graphics. And these people ate it up like it's the greatest thing ever. Okay? As well. Also, it could be ignored that Nintendo re-released Pikmin 1 and 2 and the Thousand Year Door and of course Metroid Prime 1 on the Switch 1. Of course, they could be completely silent about that. Obviously as well here. But they always showed that people still bought those games because I bought the Pikmin games and I bought the Thousand Year Door to relive those games again because there were sometimes the GameCube's I/O don't really work that much, or have trouble working, or the discs have trouble working because they're old games as well here. Someday they'll be selling Switch 2 games 20 years from now for whatever new console they make roll. Well, you know what other company does the same thing? Sony. And you guys are completely silent about it. Don't worry, you're going to be buying The Last of Us Part 1 on the PS6 as well, and the PS7 and the PS8 as well here. Heck, Sony will release The Last of Us Part 1 4 times as well here. And heck, there's rumors of planning to release the original God of War trilogy at the PS5 as well. Which means they'll be re-releasing PS2 games at the PS5. But you guys will be completely silent about it because it's Sony and Sony can do no wrong. Okay? I'm so sick of these double stats for Nintendo that these people will give free passes for Sony on. Okay? Sony pushed $70 games. Sony pushed graphics packs to paid graphics patches. Okay? Sony was the one that pushed it, and you guys were completely silent about it. But also when Nintendo does the same stuff, oh, you guys are all uproar about it. But when Sony did it, oh, it's perfectly fine. And also, we saw the other day that GTA 6 in Europe is going to be over $100 US. But you guys are completely silent about that. You guys are completely going to be silent about that because it doesn't make the excuse, but it's GTA 6. It's the most anticipated game in all history. Well, also the next Mario Kart is also would be considered one of the most anticipated games in history as well because of how well Mario Kart games usually sell. But you guys are completely sad about that. But nope, GTA 6 costing $100, that's normal. It's GTA. It's supposed to cost that much. Yeah, you need to stop making some more stats for fucking Sony and, take 2 games before you start criticizing Nintendo because no, GTA 6 should be worth $100 and no, Mario Kart World should make $80. See? No fucking double standards now. Goodbye.